Hey y'all, welcome to Race and Crafts. Today I'm going to be working on a Christmas card. It's going to be an Operation Right Home card, which the only difference between that and any other card that I will make is that A, it's not going to have any glitter or flocking powder or perfect pearls or anything that can come off and be seen under night vision. And 2, it's going to have less sentiments and more writing room. That's really about the only difference we're going to have. So let's go ahead and get started. Oops, I'm moving stuff around here. I've already kind of got a jump start on this card. This is my actually 3rd try making this card, or making a video for it. So I do have a jump start on it. It's a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inch A2 size card. And then I've got my inside panels done, and I've got 2 green 4 by 5 1/4 inch panels, and I've layered 2 white 3 3/4 inch by 5 inch pieces on top of that. And then this is going to be on the front of my card. I haven't quite decided if it's going to be a vertical card or a horizontal card yet. We'll just kind of see. I'm leaning more towards vertical. I used 2 die sets. For this background part, I used Fancy Tags 3. I used the middle one from Spellbinders. And I used Standard Circles large, and I used the 2nd and 3rd smallest circles to do this. I used an it's a Unity stamp from I bought it in a grab bag, so I don't know what set it is, but I embossed that in ultra fine gold embossing powder by Ranger, which I'm gonna use on the use again here. And that's about where I'm at. And I used green, the same green and the same red for layering it. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab my embossing pal here, because I'm gonna do some heat embossing. And I've got this stamp here, and this is from Stampabilities. It is, let me find it in my book here so I can tell you. It's Stampendous Jumbo Christmas background. So that's what I'm going to be using. And I'm going to use my stamp press, and please forgive it. It's nasty and icky and all inky, and I need to clean it, and I just haven't. And then I'm going to use some Versamark embossing powder, or yeah, and Versamark embossing ink. And I'm just going to make sure I get this inked up really well. And I am, like I said, going to use the ultrafine gold embossing powder on it. So I'm going to go ahead and get that opened. I've got kind of a mess on my side here. Alright, and then I'm just going to emboss this on some more of that green cardstock. And I want to make sure I'm kind of getting it lined up a little bit. And I'm just going to put some pressure on there. There we go. And I'm going to set that aside. And then I'm going to grab, I use my Cricut spatula right now to put my embossing powder, because I knocked one of my jars over and I haven't found my spoons yet. Alright, and I'm just going to spread my embossing powder everywhere. And I think I'm gonna give the inside just a little bit more. There we go. And looks good. I think there might be just one spot I need to get rid of, where I got embossing powder where I didn't want it. And that is right there. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and heat emboss this quick. There we go. I love how this ultrafine gold embossing powder turns out, and I did have a couple spots, but I'm gonna grab my trimmer and I'm just gonna kind of eyeball it. Like that. Alright. Okay, and I've got some gunk or powder on my table here I don't like. So I'm just going to kind of wipe the back off here, and I'm just going to put some adhesive on here because this is going to go flat on our background. And of course, I ran out of adhesive. That's just kind of par for the course, it seems. Go. Whoops. And I'm just going to kind of line it up in the middle here so it's pretty even all around. And oops, that's upside down. And I think I'm going to do just a band of red. Let's do, let me measure here. Okay, for those of you who are wondering, my panel is 4 inches by 5 1/8 inch. So I'm going to do 4 inches. Oops. Okay, a little little bit. Yeah. Let's do 2 inches. Okay, let's go 2 inches by a little under 4. It should get me where I want to be. Well, pretty close. Okay. At this point, I'm just playing, guys, so I don't know exactly how I'm going to do this or what I'm going to do. Whoop, it should have been a little bigger. Okay, and I'm going to emboss this. I've decided. So I'm going to grab my Big Shot here. Oops. And I think I'm going to emboss it with this Merry Christmas embossing folder from Sizzix. I think that's the look I'm going for. I think that'll be nice. And set that aside. Yep. And the only thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab Popcorn by Colorbox. It's a chalk ink, and I'm just gonna come across the top of my embossed part just a little bit, add a little bit of white. And I'm going to just kind of dry this quick. Now it's not an overwhelming white like I kind of would have liked, but at least it kind of brings out the embossing just a little bit. And I'm just going to kind of line that up in the center. And I think I'm going to use some pop dots. Maybe. That's kind of thick already. You know what? I think I'm just going to go ahead and adhere this down as it is. I'm going to use a little bit of score tape to help it stick a little better to the embossed part. And I'm going to grab and I'm going to put a little adhesive, excuse me, sorry, on these little delicate parts so I don't have to worry about them getting, you know, ripped off and shipping and stuff. go. And I'm going to just kind of line it up a little bit. I want it kind of in the center here. And I'm just going to push everything down. And then when there's a little bit of adhesive where I don't want it, yep, maybe I should just use my finger. I think, yeah. I'm just going to kind of rub the excess adhesive off a little bit. There we go. And that is our card for today. Thanks for stopping by. I'll see you all next time.